Think about how much of your day is spent burning calories trying to manage things that are entirely out of your hands. We map out our schedules and try to steer every outcome of our lives, yet the vast majority of what happens around us operates completely outside our jurisdiction. Your brain absolutely hates uncertainty. To cope, it pulls a trick on you, convincing you that if you just worry hard enough about a situation, you can somehow prevent a bad outcome. This creates a quiet, continuous internal battle that ensures we are exhausted and drained before any real-world challenge has even arrived. You know the feeling. You send a sensitive text and hours pass without a reply. Instantly, your mind starts racing through anxious loops, trying to resolve a person's internal emotions that you can't actually see. Or you spend months planning an event, only for a sudden storm to roll in. Instead of pivoting, you feel a surge of frustration, as if the universe has personally targeted your weekend. Then there is the future. We plot out endless worst-case scenarios, convincing ourselves that living in a state of high alert is the only way to be responsible. We have to separate practical preparation from the act of worrying. Preparation is concrete action. Worrying is just an emotional tax on things that haven't happened yet. When you pay that tax, you are directly funding problems that exist strictly in your imagination, using the peace of the present moment to foot the bill. Human biology is built on a hardwired intolerance for uncertainty. This timeline shows how the brain operates as a prediction engine. When a stimulus introduces uncertainty, the brain triggers a rapid, highlighted path straight to a defensive response. In a primitive environment, this system was flawless. If a bush rustled, assuming it was a predator, and flooding your body with adrenaline kept you alive. But today, that single predator has been replaced by dozens of scattered data points, like a delayed email or a scheduling conflict, that our ancient brains aren't equipped to categorize. Our prediction engine goes into overdrive, treating minor social ambiguities or logistical hiccups as immediate physical threats. Labeling this anxiety as an outdated biological survival script creates the mental distance needed to stop identifying with the feeling. When we view it as a technical mismatch between our biology and our environment, we can finally begin to override the impulse. Psychologists call this cognitive trap the illusion of control. This bias leads us to drastically overestimate our personal influence over events that are actually dictated by chance or external factors. It makes us believe that our internal anxiety acts as an external force field, as if gripping the steering wheel tighter will somehow prevent a traffic jam. Look at the mathematical fallacy here. We spend enormous energy on internal stress, yet as the right-hand bar shows, that mental worry exerts zero leverage over the actual external variables. Clinging to this illusion traps us in an exhausting cycle of fighting a reality we have no tools to change. Breaking this cycle requires us to reallocate our mental resources using a simple framework. This is the circle of control. It allows us to categorize every variable in our life into two distinct piles. The outer circle contains everything we cannot force: other people's actions, the weather, and the final outcomes of our projects. The inner circle contains our absolute jurisdiction, our own effort, and our emotional response to the world. To find relief, you must pull your attention away from the outer noise and pour every bit of your mental energy strictly into that inner circle. Focusing strictly on your own response creates a measurable sense of empowerment, replacing the exhaustion of false control with real agency. Handling that uncontrollable outer pile requires a psychological tool called radical acceptance. This is the practice of looking directly at an unchangeable reality and acknowledging it without resistance. You accept the facts of the situation as they are, right now. The moment you drop the illusion of control, the physical relief is immediate. Your shoulders drop and the tension simply evaporates. Peace is a byproduct of resilience, the capacity to handle whatever happens, regardless of how the external world shifts. Thank you for joining us for our 30th episode. If you're ready to keep exploring the human mind, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.